There has been a massive deportation already. Apparently, there are some articles which says that they are going to start deporting people to their home countries, especially people who do not have a purpose to be here in the UK. These are new measures to increase deportations under the current government. This is in fact part of a broader strategy to tackle illegal immigration, particularly focusing on asylum seekers arriving by boat across the country. The government aims to restore deportation levels to those last seen in 2018, reversing the decline in recent years, and these measures include reopening 2 immigration centers and recruiting up to 100 new intelligence officers to combat smuggling network. The government plans to increase the number of deportation flights and has announced the expansion of detention facilities to accommodate more individuals pending removal. The current government, though, has also abandoned the previous conservative government's plan to send asylum seekers to Rwanda, opting instead for a more enforcement-focused approach. What do you guys think about this? For example, there was this guy who got the KRS visa to work in the UK. He found a job. He was working in London, and then along the way he met somebody who was living elsewhere across the country, but in the UK, by the way. Fell in love. They decided to get married, and now that person was also a healthcare worker. They have to decide who moves to where. So the man decided to move. He quit his job and then moved to where the lady was. Along the way, things weren't going on well between them. He had to move out of her house. He moved out of her house, but he cannot find a job. 3 months before his KRS visa expired, he still has not found a job. So now the Home Office is giving him a chance to look for a job before then or deport him back to Nigeria. This is not funny because it can happen to a lot of people. But at the same time, guys, you need to be wise. You are on a KRS visa and she is not. So you need to think twice. First of all, if you wanted to move, you have to make sure you find a job where you are going to before you move. But he played his card unwisely. He did not find a job before he moved, and he did not also take into consideration that his visa was about to expire. Perhaps he thought he was going to get a job once he moved there. But if you are on a KRS visa and you are working and you find yourself in this situation, please think about it. Look into the possibilities of getting a job where you are going to and not before you move. Anyway, so by the end of the day, if he does not find a job, then he will be deported back to Nigeria. Another example is there is this man who's been in this country for 36 years. Unfortunately, he had a stroke. He cannot walk. He's now basically disabled, and he cannot even work. He cannot do anything. He cannot do much, and he hasn't got any documentation. So the Home Office is wanting to deport him back to Nigeria, but he hasn't got any family in Nigeria. So I don't know what he's going to do. This is going to be so difficult. The UK does not want any liability. They don't want anybody to come and rely on them without actually doing anything. So anybody who is coming to study here, thinking to stay, they have to have a plan in place. They must be willing to either look for a care job, a care work that can give them sponsorship. Though they said they are no longer doing the sponsorship thing, they are still giving it out. So, but it's just difficult to find. You basically have to have a plan before you make a move. If not, they are just going to deport you back home. Another example that I can think of was a guy that has been in this country for a long time, more than 20 years now. He started to apply for a passport, but they denied him so many times. He did reach out to some lawyers, some solicitors to help him out, but they still denied him. And they have also made a rule that any employer who gives anybody who is not supposed to be here a job will be prosecuted. Their business is going to be closed down. So that is to tell you that if you cannot stay here legally, if you cannot get a sponsorship, then you cannot work. Because if you do work, the employers will not even give you a job because they themselves will face the consequences if they do give you a job. And one reason the UK government is increasing deportation is because some people living in the country illegally are not staying under the radar and following the rules. In the UK, if you've lived here for up to 20 years, you might be eligible to apply for a legal status or even citizenship, provided you meet certain criteria and follow the proper procedures. However, there are individuals who, instead of laying low and adhering to the law, engage in activities that draw attention to themselves, like driving without a license or proper documentation. This kind of behavior naturally prompts the government to take action, and it undermines public safety and the rule of law. If I were in their position though, I would focus on staying low-key, following the rules and avoiding trouble to increase any chances of regularizing my status. When people break the law, especially in obvious ways, it's understandable that the government and the police respond with stricter enforcement, including deportation. So guys, what do you think about this whole thing? Please comment your thought down below the comment section. Do not come at me, do not come and attack me, because I'm just stating the obvious truth. If you're in this country illegally, the important thing for you to do is to lay low key, not go driving or be in a car with somebody who is driving at a high speed without even license. You get what I mean? It's just common sense and obvious. It's an obvious thing to do. So guys, what do you think about this policy? And the countries that are being targeted currently are Turkey, Nigeria, and Pakistan. I think Pakistan as well, but I think other countries are currently I don't know which other countries are going to be on the list, but they are currently negotiating with these countries to see what is going to happen. And also all those failed asylum seekers who have been in this country, they are aiming to deport all of them back home. This look like a reform of the policy that Theresa May put in force in 2018 that made it so difficult for people to enter this country. And so guys, this is it. All of you, those of you who are planning to come to the UK to study, make sure you do your research and find out what you can do and what you cannot do. And they have actually even deported people who have the right to stay in this country as well. So yeah guys, what do you think about this policy? Do you think that this is the right policy at the moment? Do you think, what do you think about it? That is a situation that is going on at the moment in the UK. I will come up with more updates if I do know or have more information on what exactly is going on, because the government has not actually made this official yet. They have not come out to say anything yet. So however, it is ongoing currently. A lot of people there has been a massive deportation already. Yeah, a lot of cases. Another case, they pick up somebody from Stratford. They wanted to check his documentation. He was telling them something. It wasn't even concise. At the end of the day, they deported him. So, guys, that's the situation. That's what is going on right now in the UK. So please comment down below the comment section if you have faced any issues, anything like that. If you know somebody who has been deported, below the comment section and let me know. Again, it's your girl Susie here on Explore with Stu. We come up with real life stories, experiences, commentaries, and a whole lot important things that you need to know, especially in the UK, but also everywhere else. Anything that is going on and it's important for you guys to know, we bring it on board. So guys, if you find this video beneficial, please comment, like this video, and share this video to inform others as well. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon, so when I upload any video, you will be the first to be notified. Thank you and adios. Bye bye for now. See you in the next video.